96 Caprice Classic Z28 install cluster. So far, I got it to fit in. It's fitting in pretty good. I just now gotta figure out how to wire it up. But it's a lot of cutting you have to do. It's not bad though. As long as you got a Dremel and a small little hacksaw, you straight. Or if you got the Dremel with a couple of blades on it or something. But other than that, it's straight. I'm about to take it out. So I was test fitting it to make sure that it was gonna work. And it definitely gonna work. And I'll show you the cuts that I had to make it work. So first of all, on the cluster, you're gonna have to cut the side pieces off and trim it down just a little bit. And you got to do it on the other side. Trim that down just a little bit. But I left the bottom hole on because you didn't have to cut that. I'm actually going to use that to try to stabilize it with a screw or something to hold it in place. And then I'm gonna make one on this side somewhere. I marked off a little spot where I'm gonna put like a little L-shaped bracket or something where I can screw it on at least at the bottom to hold it in. And I do the same thing, make some marks if I'm able to put one here and put one right here. But show you where the cuts I did. You have to cut this whole section out right here. Cut that out, and then on the other side you cut it all the way out to the vent. Cut it out right there. But I left this right here. It's gonna be actually like a groove, a line right here already there. Just cut that groove out and you good. Cut this back piece all the way flush, and then make sure it's flush already here. And then make sure, because it's a curve, the curve right here that curves down. So you gotta cut, you see the curve right here. You gotta cut that curve out. Cut this curve out, and then use your Dremel to smooth it out, make it flat. And you don't have to cut this out, just in case if you want to put the original cluster back in. And the screws right here for that, and then the plugs is still in. I still got the plugs right here and the plug over there. So when you actually take that cluster out, and you got to get it out of a 93 through 96. This the wiring harness that goes on the side. So I cut the wiring harness and gave me a little wire where I can match them up. So I think the next step that I'm gonna have to do is take my original digital dash and take this whole back piece out. I'm gonna take this back piece out to get to these plugs and try to match up the wires from each side, this side too. So I'm gonna have to take all this off. I'm gonna have to take all this off right here and get in there where I can use these plugs, so it'll be easy where I wire it up. I can just plug it in to each side. So make sure when you take the plugs off, you wire it up. Make sure you know your right and left side is connected. So you make sure you know how you connect it, where you won't get confused when you got to plug it in, because your right side is going to be your longer side. This side here is going to be your long side. It's your right side where you're facing the car. So your left side is going to be your shorter wire. So you just plug it in, and then, not mistaken, I know I saw one guy on here on YouTube that he used one of these wires off of here is for your for the RPM gauge. So, and I think you got to make sure you wire that to I don't know if you wire that to your computer, or you find your damn, my mind just went blank. Where your ignition coil is. So you gotta probably find it that way. I don't know. I just got to the part where just cutting everything out and making it fit. So now the cutting and getting it to fit was the easy part. Now the hard part is trying to wire this bad boy up. That'll be on my part 2, I guess. I will definitely show you how I wired that bad boy up. So if anybody want to put the Z28 Camaro cluster and the 96 Impala or Caprice, I'll be the first one to try to show you how to do it, because no one on YouTube want to show you how to do it. They just show you it's in. But what the hell, I'm gonna give it a try and show you guys, and see if I can figure out if anybody got any questions, or if you can tell me how to wire it up. I appreciate it, and hit me up, man. And thank you guys for watching. Big Rock signing out. All right, YouTube. Later.